All right, as Chris Stirewalt has coined the first expression of the night here at NewsNation, it's real now because the polls are about to start closing. We were just showing you the kind of balance of power in the race in the House. We're looking at that. You need 218 for control, right? You have 22 toss-up races, according to Mr. Stirewalt. Republicans have an 80% chance of control per the Decision Desk HQ. So they're saying 80%. Chris Stirewalt is here. Why is it that high? What are we looking at for the audience's sake tonight?
There's only 5 that Republicans need to win to take over control of the House. The average number of losses for a party in power in a president's first midterm since Ronald Reagan in 1982 is 28. Now, 28, I feel, is much larger than 5. We'll get the guys at DDHQ to look it up, but I feel 28 is substantially larger. The range for Republican pickups tonight, I'm looking at somewhere between 15 and 25, maybe a little bit more. Maybe there's some berm on the side of that road out there. But that's the space. So Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, if you gave her sodium pentothal, if you gave her the truth serum, she'd say, yeah, we're going to lose the House. Obviously, we're going to lose the House. The question is, by how much? Is it a wave night? The polls are going to be...
Why does it matter, by the way? How much?
Well, so if you're Kevin McCarthy, Lordy day, do you need a lot more? You need the cavalry to come. Because if you have a narrow majority, what John Boehner used to call the knuckleheads, the Freedom Caucus, the hardliners in the House will hold Kevin McCarthy. They will dangle him over the pit every day of his life. And they'll say, if you don't impeach Biden today, if we don't do this today, if we don't have a government shutdown today. So McCarthy needs some breathing room.
So he needs enough of a margin to ignore the fringe.
Or to take some of the pressure off so he doesn't have to take like Matt Gaetz seriously or whoever, that there can be like a little distance that he can get.
Assuming he doesn't want the same things, right? I mean, in his list of what I'll do if I get in there, number 3 was investigate Biden.
Well, he's got it. This is stuff that you have to say if you want to be Speaker of the House in the Republican Party today. But just think about where new Republicans would come from. The districts that we're looking at tonight none of these candidates are radicals, right? These are not districts that are going to elect radicals. These are going to elect more moderate or mainstream Republicans. And those are going to create a buffer for McCarthy so that he can have a little breathing room to pass a budget and deal with stuff. So the size of the majority matters a great deal for how much Republicans are able to keep it together.
So let people in on what you got spread out in front of you. What races in particular do you... Because the polls are starting to close in the East, right? And some of these races are
2 minutes, and it feels so good. So you got a suite of races in Virginia, which basically represent 3 tiers for the Republicans. You've got the 2nd district, which is down in the Tidewater, which is the Republicans should win. You've got the 7th district, which is Richmond suburbs and north, which is...
Mine is blank, by the way. I just want you to know.
We gave you dummy cards. We didn't want...
We didn't want... No, there's stuff on the other ones, but I'll remember this. Continue.
And so there's the Virginia 2nd District, Virginia 7th District, and then there's the Virginia 10th. And basically, we're going to be looking there. I mentioned that race in Indiana up around Gary. That matters a great deal. And also in New Hampshire, there's a good race. So as the polls close here in just a minute and a half.
Biden was plus 18 in the Virginia 10th.
I know. And so Republicans are gunning for this district. This would be the indicator that if Hung Cow can defeat Jennifer Wexton in Virginia's 10th district, which is up in Fauquier County and Loudoun County. If he can do that, if Republicans can do that, then anything becomes in reach.
Johanna has a pushback. What is it?
But Virginia did change the districts pretty substantially. So the districts are not, a lot of these people are not running in the same exact district.
But these numbers are for what the district is now.
Okay.
So Biden
you changed
18.5 in the district
yes.
area.
The thing, though, I would point out is some of these candidates are introducing themselves for the first time to these voters.
Yeah, no, it's a reach. I'm saying you've got 3 tiers, and each of these House races represents a different watermark, high watermark for Republicans to reach. So there's an okay night, there's a good night, there's a great night for Republicans, and the question is, how high do they fill up the bucket?
What is very nice about where we are, okay? We are literally 10 seconds away from the top of the hour. Polls are closing, which means the madness of maybes is about to end. So let's reset for the
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.